welcome to the Home Depot project video for the Home Depot Fort McMurray Dawson Walls construction site. It is February 11th, 2026 with our large overhead view. As we come into site, we get a look at current state of the building. Some equipment ready for return until the garden center is ready to go up. The steel trade is currently off-site, building up, ready for IMP installs, roofing, framing, the stages that going on right now. We have a little bit of forming booked up next week with green construction. Getting a little closer at the building. We can see that Jackson Noble has had crew here, getting roof curbs out, set out, laid out on the roof, ready for Dawson Walls crews to insulate, level, and cover, getting ready for the roofers. Exclusive drywall, putting together the front parapets, getting all the infill framing. And as we come around and start circling to the back south side of the building, we can see some color starting to get on as TDI is doing their installations and the Gridline 9 IMP panels getting standing and installed. Where you see the rise in parapets will be the change where we go from the vertical panels that you see being installed right now to horizontal laid panels in the corner sections of the building. Openings between the garden center and the main store can now be seen, as well as with a few panels up, can see the form and shape of what is going to be the loading docks. Looking at the ground thaw and the mechanical electrical rooms. Over in the southeast corner, as panels close up that area, we'll change from ground thaw to an overhead high hoarding heat to get ready for underground installations and prepping up for slab. In the meantime, on the roof, we've got crews leveling the curbs, doing all the fine points, getting ready for Genron to start loading materials up on the roof early next week. Framing for the roof screens is installed. Your vapor barrier details can see where the structural steel frames the parapets. In order to allow continuity, all the membrane is down so that framing can proceed, and roofer will be able to tie in roof side to the air vapor membrane, while IMP can seal up to it on the outside of the building. Finish with a little flyover site of site inventorying, where we can see the remainder of the lumber canopy steel is laying up over in the area where it will be installed on the next return of the structural steel trade. The steel for the garden center is also on site, down over closer to the south end of site. Steel stud materials central on site that they've got for framing the building. And currently along the south fence, Genron has received some roofing materials, getting ready for their installations. It's all stored and stacked. Loading onto the building will be starting next week. the area under the tarps that you see around where TDI is working. Once they clear the area, next week we'll have Kitchen in, doing the excavating, and start putting in the foundations to get ready to stand that garden center steel. Well, we finish with a flyover with the crews working on the roof, finishing up roof curbs, and working ourselves south to north to open it up for Genron. Thank you for taking a look at this video, and really hoping you have yourself a great day.